Yeah, we might have looked good last night against an injury-riddled Pelicans team. They have just as many injuries as we have. And there's still a lot to be excited about from what we saw, even though the Pelicans were hobbled. But there's some also things we need to be concerned about of what's going on with this squad. Come on in here, let's talk about it. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And while you're in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified every time Hertex uploads a new video. All right, let's get it. Yeah, so it's like this. You know, we broke the 4-game losing streak. You know, we are 3-4. And we should have easily, fully healthy, we would have easily have been 5-2. Because those 2 losses to the Wizards should not have happened. Because quite frankly, I don't care about all the injuries. Because with Trey and JJ on the court, we should have won those 2 Wizard games. And they were both healthy and on the court. When you got your number 1 and number 2, your Batman and Robin on the court, everyone else, you know, they're role players anyway. It just is what it is. And there's no way we should have lost those 2 games. And I know, unfortunately, it just happened. We happened to play those 2 Wizard games when both Trey and JJ were struggling. They seem to have found their game. We'll see what happens. Let's just run it down. I'm going to start from the head, right? The man that's running it, our Oz for our team, and that's Quinn Snyder. Some of the lineups that he put on the court are just so questionable to me, and I don't understand it. There are stretches, and I know injuries. I know injuries, so don't come talking about injuries to me. I know about the injuries, but for you to have stretches where there's no one on the court that can really handle the ball, all the turnovers that we are, that's happening, walking, traveling, you got all these guys on the floor that's really not comfortable with the ball, can't create their own shot. JJ, I get it, you know, he was struggling. Normally he can handle things like that, and he's doing a really, really good job. Like, you know, 8 assists last night's game. He's getting the assists, so he's a playmaker. He is a shot creator, but I think the pressure of him getting the money, the pressure of him having to do more, and he's young, so maybe those pressures have been getting to him. He woke up last night, but even last night game, I want to say he walked like 3 times in a row. He traveled. So I don't know, some of these lineups, and then there's lineups where there's no real shooters out there. Again, I hate to put so much pressure on Quinn because he's playing the cards he's dealt with right now. And why, and this is going to have to go on him too, why do we have so many injuries this early in the season? Like, what type of program do we have with our training staff during the summer leading up to the season opener? What are we doing to make sure these guys are getting the reps that they need, getting the exercises, the training, all the things that they need to make sure that they're successful when the season opens? Like, we're 7 games in and we have so many injuries. So I got to put that on him as well. Let's talk about Trey Young. Trey has become the leader that we've been waiting for. He struggled on the court. His shooting, some of his shots that he's put up are kind of questionable if you ask me. But he's trying to find his shot, so I get it. He is the leader. He's the head of this team. So he's trying to be impactful. Sometimes I feel like he waits too late to start getting his shot off, and that hurts him. But in terms of like him leading this team, I think he has definitely shown that he can be a true leader. How he uplifts Zach, because Zach has been struggling. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he still uplifts him. He still lets him know, hey, I trust you. I'm going to kick it to you. Stay ready. Put it up. Your shots are going to fall. He's putting that confidence in Zach. Dyson Daniels. Look at Dyson. He came to this team with everybody being negative about his shooting. But I feel like Trey is the one that has made that better. The camaraderie, the chemistry that they have. My hat's off to Trey. And then it paid off in last night's game. He shot 50% from 3. So hopefully he's able to build on that, and then we can move forward, because we got them Celtics coming in the house tonight. So Trey has to bring his A game. His shot has to fall. We don't stand a chance if it's not for Trey. And I can't say enough about my boy Jalen Johnson. The young man woke up last night shooting 60% from the field, 29 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. I'm just going off the top of the dome here, but he woke up last night. Again, it was against a very, very hobbled, no Zion, no Murray, no CJ McCollum, no Trey Murphy. So they're just as banged up as we are. I get that. But see, these are the times you got to take advantage. That's why I was so disappointed about those Wizard losses. Those are 2 dubs we should have had on our books. But hey, we fumbled on those. But I was very, very proud of JJ. Like I said, he's stepping up to the plate. He's doing things that he hasn't been asked to do before. When Trey sits down, I've noticed that, he's on that court. He's bringing the ball down. He's, trying to do some playmaking. He's struggling with it a little bit, but he's doing pretty good. He got 8 assists, so I can't complain about it too much. But his decision making sometimes, he definitely need to work on his ball handling, not traveling so much, things of that nature. So I'm very, very proud of JJ, him stepping up, shaking off whatever that bug was he had a few games ago. But he seems to be waking up, and that's what we need. Like I said, it starts with those 2. Without Trey and JJ, it's just not going to happen. And to me, if we have those 2 on the court, no matter who those surrounding players are, we should be producing better numbers than what we've been showing. I just want to see JJ trust who he is. Trust who he is. Be aggressive. Go to that paint. Attack the basket. Attack the rim. Like, do what you got to do to show your dominance when you're on that court. Especially when Trey's sitting down. He's got to show that dominance. Dyson Daniels, DD. There's nothing negative I can say about Dyson. Nothing. Coming from where he was with the Pelicans to where he is with us now, there's nothing negative I can say, because like I said, the fear was his shooting. He's doing fairly well with the Hawks. He really, really is. He's developing that shot. He's growing confidence in that shot. He don't hesitate to put that shot up. And I'm very proud of him. And shall I talk about his defense? The young man, he's on the road to get Defensive Player of the Year. He really, really is. He's on the road to get first team defense. And, I was looking at, they were showing up a stat last night that he's in first place right now for the most deflections on defense. So he's doing what he's asked to do and more. And I'm very, very proud of him. I love his aggression. His cuts to the basket. He definitely has a very, very strong basketball IQ. And I have nothing negative to say about Dyson Daniels. Now, Clint Capella, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but my issues are always his lack of aggression. Not finishing at the rim as I know he can. Having butterfingers at the rim, I feel like, he misses a lot of easy passes that touch his hand. Like the old saying, if it touch your hand, you should have caught it. And there's turnovers in that area that I feel like he can button up and tighten up. That's really all I gotta say about him. He's easy, even with that. He's an easy walking double dub. Like he gonna get you 10 and 10. Although for some reason the last few games he's only been getting like 4 or 5 boards. I want to say last night he only had like 5 boards, something like that. Let's talk about Zach. Now for me, zaccharierisacher. At the end of the day, what we got to realize with Zach, he's a teenager. Number 1 draft pick, came from a whole nother country. And I'm sure the pressure's on him. And I'm going to leave it at that. This is one time I say, for Hawks fans, we got to trust the process. Trust the process in this young man's development. What do they need to do with him? Do they need to send him to the G League, or do they need to keep letting him develop with these guys? I know with him being number 1 draft pick, they're paying him all that money. They were likely not going to send him to the G League. So with that being said, I need him to do the same thing that I said about JJ. Trust who you are. Number 1 draft pick, you were the man in your country. You say you're just a regular guy here. Don't be a regular guy here. That needs to translate to the NBA. Who you were in France needs to translate to the NBA. Be aggressive. Continue to take the shots. Your teammates trust you. They're putting their faith in you. The coach trusts you. Be that dude here. Just keep shooting. Shooters gonna shoot. Drive to the basket. Do what you gotta do. Be aggressive on defense, which he has been. And just continue to do what you do. I don't want to beat him up too much because, like I said, he's just a 19-year-old kid. He's got time to grow and develop. Sometimes I feel like he plays too passive. He needs to be a little more aggressive. And, if he can just touch those 2 things up, he'll be all right. Now, those are the starters. I have some honorable mentions from the bench. Obviously, Larry Nance Jr., he is the veteran presence that we needed on our squad. I think he's really, really good in terms of that. Brings a lot of energy when he comes in, excitement, athleticism. We need that. So I don't have anything negative to say about him. Who I am impressed with right now, who has stepped up to the call, the next man up call, I'm going to say Garrison Matthews and Keaton Wallace. I've not always been a big fan of Garrison Matthews because I felt like he jack up shots and sometimes they don't fall like I want them to. And with Quinn wanting us to just shoot, I just don't feel like our team putting up all those threes. The team that we have, we don't have enough shooters for that strategy. Instead, I think we have more athletic players that can cut to the rim, get to the rim and score that way. Get some and ones, get your 3 points the old school way. Just my thoughts. But, this is what Quinn wants. He wants them jacking up shots. I think it's, kind of like messed with even Zach's confidence because he's asked to just keep putting up shots. But those 2, Keaton Wallace and Garrison Matthews, I just feel like they've done a really, really good job with the next man up concept. Just to put it in context, over the last 3 games, they've made, for us successfully, 18 3-pointers. They've scored 68 points. So they've done their part. And right now, the biggest issue for our Hawks are injuries. And I feel like I said earlier, I think, it starts with this young man right here, Trae Young. And he's done a phenomenal job with leading, encouraging guys who have to take that next man up mentality, like Garrison Matthews, making sure that, he's getting them some easy looks at the basket, getting those shots up. Until we can get Bogey, Hunter, O.O., Kobe Buffkin, and V. Krejci. I think those are the 5 key guys that are out right now because V could run point for us when Trae sits down. He's a really, really good playmaker. So we're hurting there. And then we know what Bogey, Hunter, and O.O. can do. Buffkin, for sure, he should be the number 2 backup point. I forgot about him. We know where our team is struggling and what we can do. Until we can get them back healthy, Trae, I just think he's doing a really, really good job right now. That's just my opinion. A lot of people are hard on Trae, but I think he's really, really doing a good job right now. Keeps playing to the level that he's playing. we're gonna win some ball games. So that's all I got. I just wanted to come and give my 7-game report card after the debacle of us losing to the Wizards twice. I just wanted to give my 7-game report card. We got them Celts in the house tonight. I will be in the house to check that out. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Maybe we can get sneaky in a little upset tonight. Anyway, that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, stay safe. On to the next one. Peace.